Hey, what's up, guys? Got another hit and run with some classical music instead of hipster music for a change. And Dead Ringers, remember that? So Rachel Weisz is the new gender swapped Dead Ringers. I never saw that one. I remember it came out when I was going to high school, like the first year. It's a Cronenberg film, but I'll start here with the Andrea. Apparently, I didn't even know this, okay? Talking about the alien from Alien, originally in the script was written as a man, right? I didn't even know that, so, but you know what grinds her gears, right? Some trend, horror fans trot it out as if it's some tremendous landmark of progressive filmmaking, right? I'm saying character must be written as a male, you see this competent. Actually, now Alien makes a lot more sense to me. So now that I know that, yeah. I mean, in the first one, she barely escapes, which was the whole point of it. So, made the horror, no feminism in space means nothing to the fangs in the dark corridors. That's what horror is supposed to be about. But anyway. So now we have something here talking about the new TV series, Dead Ringers. Okay? Yeah. Now it's interesting to me because I like the idea when an actor or actress plays double roles. Although in this case they're playing twins. I'm sure with the digital stuff now you can make that easier than using mirrors and trick photography. But let's see. Of course, Cronenberg isn't good enough in this world. In Andrea's world now. Is it? Right. So she brings up this Julia Kristeva, philosopher. Okay? Horror is about life as much as death. Right? Her theory of the abject. Looks like she needs money for like a journal or research money. Perhaps the corrupted body terrifies us because it reminds us of our own limited corporality. No kidding. So these are philosophers coming up with stuff that's like, no shit. When you see an old person, you're looking at what you're gonna be unless you die. So you're going to not like being weaker and racked with pain and with everything that you can't control anymore as you approach death. The ancients saw that as a normal thing, but anyway, let me avoid this guy's name. So I don't want to say I'm harassing him in Kentucky. I came across a gentleman who was complaining. She was going to become a social justice platform. I had to respond. Okay. Horror is and always has been a haven for the oppressed. That is not true, actually. I know James Whale was, but Stoker, no, there's no proof of that. Sorry. Vincent Price was bisexual. Yeah, I heard that. So it's not a big deal. It's never been part of what's in the films, but regardless, it's been a haven. Right? Black ladies to blossom, or women to express their fears. It's always been a haven for social justice. If you can't see that, you misunderstand horror and its history. Horror is a warning. Okay, it's the most traditional genre. It's so traditional that even people who are progressive don't realize what they get across. And I got another one here too. I called you being political. Horror is political and has been for a long time. Which one? Which politics? That's all been decided already. So do some editing. Remember that dude? Remember the American movie? I love that movie. Right? And this dude could never get a movie going. So I remember he was shooting it on a 16mm film. He was supposed to make a full length, and this guy just never was able to do it. So it's a shame. I like that movie. Remember he was in, I think it was Cabin Fever, one of the sequels. It was kind of funny, but yeah, I wonder whatever happened to that dude. Right, so I'm coming here. I'm really no interest in this. Okay. Once again, it's a funny thing where Andrea runs into when her interviewers are not totally like, yeah, you're right, yeah. Yeah. So here she goes, like the question a statement. I'm a fan of Cronenberg as well, but I've always felt the body horror tends to ignore vaginas, which is madness to me. Okay. Right. To what extent were you elaborating on any of his shortcomings? Oh, come on, he's a fellow Canadian. Yeah. But they sort of don't really go there. They don't really bring it up. So, it's a male lens. Sure, but like they don't really, it's not really relevant to it. And the women kind of reflect that, like, yeah, it's just, he was a guy. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. But that was interesting here. Real quick. Oh, Debbie Harry's so freaking beautiful. Because they don't. James Woods is persona non grata now, so they can't talk to him about this reissue. But man, look at her. She look nice with the auburn hair, right? Look at her. She's just another artist broad, right? But so she brings up this woman again, theory of the abject. It's only a theory. We're horrified by graphic depictions of bodily processes that are normally outside as opposed to outside because, or normally inside because outside because they remind us of our own mortality. Okay, like blood makes you sick. Why? Because it's supposed to be inside you. If it's outside you, it means that something's wrong, like you've probably been injured or cut open or ripped open by a predator. So, and this is what passes for theories. Yeah. Here we go. Real life play, American healthcare system, reproductive rights. Was your intention to make them heroic? And they're willing to break rules to see the change they want to see in the industry. And they're like, I mean, these are psycho twins, right? And she's like, no. No, I have a good response of no, they're not heroic. And even Rachel Weisz is like, I would say no also. I don't go as far as anti-heroic, but right. I think I would need more time to think, but my gut would be no. So, of course, the heroic sister. Of course, she doesn't want them to be her OBGYN, like that, working for positive reform in the industry. Andrew, you want to talk about healthcare industry, what they friggin' did the last 2 years? Anyway, like I said, other than the interest of seeing an actress or actor play different roles, I have no interest in it. So. And this dude, I never saw this movie Irreversible. I have no desire to see it. I really don't seem to like what I get from this man here. But apparently, the movie, the villain or the guy who does the horrible things in here, he is right. It's hard. There remains elements of the film that are harder to swallow. Right? The treatment of a trans sex worker. Right? He's keenly aware of the film's reputation. Right? The most homophobic movie ever made. See, I don't even heard of this. The boy, when he's out of his mind, he's everything. Right? So it's a horror film with the evil villain, but it's more evil to show it, right? He's a language. I'm obsessed with Pasolini, Kenneth Anger. Right? It's like, what is this? He was gonna put in a club, a dirty hardcore homo club. Oh yeah, it's gonna be like cruising. I have a funny story about cruising. My friend, we were like 8 or 9. He had a VCR, a new VCR, and the father, he was divorced, so the father had like tapes. We were watching tapes, and they were mostly like porn. I was like, ugh, but they were regular, they were straight. then this was one of the movies on there. He must have taped it off WHT like everyone else used to, right? And we're watching this film, and I noticed from the beginning that something is not, something's weird. It's all guys, right? We kept watching, and then we got to the scene where I've never seen the whole film, but the scene where I realized that one guy was doing something to the other dude. We freaking shut that off real quick. So, but anyway, I thought that was funny. But okay, my man has to apologize in a way 20 years later by releasing it on this label, right? The LGBTQ plus alphabet label, right? Which is kind of funny because it's called the straight cut, right? But the queer gay guy who's in charge of this he liked the film. He didn't think it was homophobic. So that's the most important thing, isn't it?